Hello, friends. Welcome. It's Ananda Rose. Thank you for joining me. And to everyone that is new to the channel, you're very welcome here. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, please do recommend this channel to your friends. And there's a lot of interesting stuff on the channel. It's been going for almost 3 years now. And we've had a lot of light workers come on and do some work with me or tell their story and share their gifts to the collective. So, when you come here to this channel, you're finding all of those things, and I hope that you've recommended to others. So, friends, today I thought I'd come on and say a few words. I did a video yesterday, and I listened to it before publishing it, and I felt that it was too long-winded. And I felt that the topics I was speaking about were meant to speak. I was meant to speak about them individually, not as a whole group of topics, one after the other. And so that is why today I find myself sitting here in a different, well, in the same spot as I was in last week, but a little bit different, where I'm recording it on my iPhone. And I'm going to test this and see if this works well, and then just upload it onto the YouTube studio. So what are we talking about today? Firstly, let's do a clearing for us all. Welcome, friends, wherever you are. Take a moment to breathe. Take another breath. And then take a third one. Stiara khafututuru mahaini titi bakulukuto takhalawishtu korona khawiti titi ba olot and for a katapufurma oruna titi fay. Kiro usuruna khawriti tava orna at garbakushlema kito orna ahau titi orna te. And so here we are. Just breathing again. And so, friends, here we are. Come to this moment in space, taking time for a few minutes for ourselves to breathe, to think upon things, to ponder, to reflect. There's been a few topics coming up in my world in the last few weeks. One of them that's really come to the forefront is how young mothers are having a struggle to convince their husbands that they need to be part of their newborn's life and participate in a way that they have an equal share in bringing up a child, in terms of not just the money aspect, but in the aspect of nurturing and caring. And I was at a market on Saturday because I was invited. There was gifted a table to sell my crystals and and do oracle card readings or tarot readings. And I was like, oh goodness, I'm not a tarot reader, but of course I took the opportunity because I thought it would be great to be out there and exchanging the space, or exchanging wisdom or energy or love with all the people around me. And one of the themes that came out, even in that market where I was meeting people and talking to them and sharing some intuitive stuff, that if I saw somebody, like I saw a girl from South Africa, I didn't know she was South African. And then I said to her, I've seen you before, but we've never met before. But you know what? She was exactly the picture of one of my, on one of my oracle cards. And this is The Whispers of Healing by the artwork is by Josephine Wall, but Angela Hartfield. And I said to her, I've seen you before. And I said, and then I just thought, I need to go and look at the card, look at that oracle card deck. And I started to go through the cards. And there she was, a girl, a fairy woman looking exactly like this woman on this card. And the message was meditate. And she said, that's exactly what I need to do. I haven't been doing it because I've been busy with some study. And thank you. That was my message for today. It was a reiteration of what I know I already have to do. And it's just awesome. But coming back to the topic that I wanted to talk about today, it would seem that women that are mothers, whether they mothers for the first time or the second time, but women who are in that childbearing age category or group, are struggling to convince their husbands that they need to be a part of the child's life. And so, you know, I just heard it over and over and over again, and it was really sad because some of these women were saying, well, I don't really know if I'll be with my husband, in a year's time. Another one said to me, well, he's just my husband. He's my husband. That's all I can say about him. He's my husband. And so I felt that there's this, over the weeks gone by, there is this energy of young fathers who are not tuning into that divine feminine, that sacred feminine side of themselves. And I thought, what do we do here? What can we do? How can we hold space? One of the things my higher self said to me was, you could tune in and you could imagine the life you want that person to have, whether it's your daughter. I have a daughter, she's become a mother, and her husband's a young father, and so it's kind of close to my heart, this topic. And so anyway, I thought about it and I thought, okay, so what do we say here? What do we do? And really the answer is to tune in for your life and imagine what you would like it to be like. That's the answer. It's nothing else. Because remember, we create our reality. And I've been to Abraham Hicks's conferences, a couple of them in the Caribbean. I've listened to Abraham Hicks a lot. And for whatever reason, the girl who got the message to meditate brought it back to me. She brought Abraham back to me, right? In that she says, I've been doing a lot of Abraham stuff. And I said, that's great. But what is your intuition telling you? What does Abraham say about meditation? That you can do it for 5 minutes, right? And if when you cross over for like a millisecond, you tune into your higher self when you do meditation. So I'm encouraging all young mothers today. I know that is sometimes impossible to meditate. It's impossible to just give yourself 5 minutes. But I'm going to really ask you to find it. I'm asking if you will say to your husband, I need 10 minutes. When you're home, I need you to hold the baby, keep the baby with you for at least 10 minutes so that she can go and breathe and tune in. Now, that's a big ask for a young mother. I know this. But I feel like those of us that are around these young mothers, if we know what's going on in their world, we can envision the life we want them to have. Okay. So if you're a sister and you can see this happening to your sister, if you're a brother and you can see this happening to your brother, then I beg your pardon, see this happening to your sister. Okay. You can hold space. If you're a mother, if you're a father, this is what I think is the answer. Hold space. Envision what kind of life you'd want for them. How you'd want them to live a life of empowerment, a life where there's unity between husband and wife, there's unity between the partners, and how co-creation looks when both mother and father, however young they are part of that nurturing stage of a baby. I could say this in so many ways, but I feel that that's the way to say it. There's a lot of women today that are still struggling with, because they are the woman, because they are the ones that have given birth to a child, and because her husband's grown up with his history, his programming about how men should be, that there is this divide happening. You think even in this day and age, that kind of divide doesn't have to be there, but hey, it is. And so how do we support those around us? How do we support it? Because, often they can't do it for themselves. We envision the life that they are hoping to have. If your friend says, I wish my husband would be more part of the nurturing stage, I wish he would partake in giving the baby a bath with me, reading the bedtime story, helping me make sure that the routine is in place, because sometimes I struggle to make the routine work, stuff like that. So I believe we're going to bring in a light code today, and I'm going to bring in a light code, but I'm also referring to a card by Diana Cooper, or from the Oracle card, The Golden Future by Diana Cooper. The card is the number 18 card, and it's called Manifestation and Mind Control. And the card looks like this. Let me show that to you. That's what the card looks like. Okay, it's showing us the chakras. And this card says, focus your thoughts. Focus your thoughts. How are we focusing our thoughts? Where are our thoughts? Because the more we focus on the negative, the more of that we create. Okay, so what is our focus on? How do we navigate? And I am respectful that not everybody is in a situation as simple as that, where, the young mother can say, oh, well, I just want to envision my life the way I'd like it. And, it's like this. It's like Abraham Hicks says, when you know what you don't want, then you create that part. You're also reaching out for what you do want. You're also stating, making a non-verbal statement of what you do want. Okay. It's the mind that gets in the way, the programming of the mind, the doubts and the fears and the negativity that gets in the way of actually us coming forward with, okay, I know what I don't want. So from that, what do I want? Okay. Let's read the card, and then I'm going to bring in a light language transmission and a light code for a few things for young women, or for childbearing mothers who have become mothers and do not feel the support of their partners and husbands. It's necessary for them to come to, or to start connecting, to connect with the divine, sacred, feminine side of themselves. Sorry, getting a bit tongue-tied there. So here we are. The book says, deep relaxation, contemplation, and visualization are the foundations for maintaining a high frequency and activating spiritual gifts. In the golden future, everyone, including children, will practice these techniques. They will also learn mind-controlled methods, visualizing precisely and clearly until their third eye chakras become powerful enough to manifest. Later, when the fifth dimensional navel chakras of humanity are fully awake, people will practice higher manifestation techniques. Individuals and communities will create a picture of what they want in their navel chakra and will then use their Kundalini power to take it up through the third eye into the high frequencies of the soul star chakra. When such an image for the highest good is streamed out from the soul star chakra, it automatically magnetizes that object or situation from the unmanifest world into the physical one. When several people work together, they can make magic happen. This card is a card of power. Receiving it is a reminder that you have untapped gifts you can develop. It is time to bring forward the latent possibilities within you. Your guidance is to practice deep relaxation, spend time in quiet contemplation, and do visualizations. Mind control confers enormous influence. It must be used with wisdom and only for the very highest good of all. Before you apply this gift, ensure you are living in a fifth dimensional way, in cooperation and oneness with others. Then bring in your 12 fifth dimensional chakras. Picture them getting bigger and brighter each day until you feel your navel chakra has become bright orange. Then ask Master Merlin, the great alchemist and magician, to oversee you for the highest good when you practice manifestation. Utilize it to help the world. So we can practice manifestation, and we've got help to bring that through, right? sometimes I know it doesn't feel like that because we're so caught up. The mind is so focused on what is happening in the negative sense. And I'm absolutely, guilty of that myself. But it is a journey. And in the last week, I've really felt that my higher self was calling me to manifest my life, manifest how I want it to go. And for a long time, if anyone said that to me, I'd say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to do that. But I'm feeling really, really, really that this is the time for manifestation of your dreams, of your hope. For those who are mothers, who have just had newborns, understand that it might feel like you're getting lost or you know, you're being pulled down from any idea you have of yourself, but you're precious. You're wonderful. You're amazing. The things you're doing are amazing. It takes a lot to be a mum. It takes a lot to be a new mum. And all of us were mums for the first time. All of us that are mothers, we all had our first time. Also, the generations have changed how parenting happens. We're now in the generation of where men are quite involved in this. But then there are also the other side of it where men still have the programming of the, I don't know, X generation father or baby boomer grandfather or father or whatever that tells them, okay, they don't have to be that involved. It's the woman's job. So let's bring in a light code now for activating this this awakening in men to connect with their sacred feminine selves. Okay, so keeping our feet firmly planted on the ground. I'm just going to put musicians mode on here. Okay, we are having a lot of wind at the moment in Auckland. So if you hear it, that would be it. And I apologize for that in advance. Taking a moment to breathe. Kulabakutsu. To fame. Kura no ramahaya matum sierme la 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 so the light code is coming through an aqua blue like a waterfall. It's got the undertone of water or foam, white foam. She's coming through and washing through our fields, our energy bodies. Our physical bodies. It's coming through the crown from the soul star chakra, going all the way down to the altar major. Pausing here, breathing. Taking the breath into the third eye, into the crown, and then into the altar major. And then it's going down to the throat chakra all the way down to the heart chakra, and then into the solar plexus and the navel. And when it gets to the navel, just do circular motions around their navel with your palm. Kurubakuto Kiramatsu na tavarana from. So just creating the awareness, the light codes create, washing it all out, washing all the cobwebs away. And it's going further down into the sacral. Into the root chakra. And then it goes through into the legs and down into the feet. And this is where it connects with the Earth Star chakra. At this point, my guide, Merlin, the alchemist, the magician, is meeting me here. And we're both going to the crystal at the core of the earth. This crystal, in my vision, is aqua blue. How's it feeling for you? What color is it for you? Who's your guide? Mine is Merlin. Yours could be your archangel. It could be your spirit guides. It could be your higher self. That's just bringing it. And then there you go. Your spirit guides holding you, embracing you. And as all of this has gone away, your spirit guide, your higher self, whoever it is that's meeting you there, is imparting wisdom to you, how you navigate so your manifestations can be clear, so that your mind can focus on all that which is of high frequency, high vibration, rather than anything that brings you down, rather than anything that makes you feel high dudgeon, detriment. Just take a moment to breathe. Friends, I'm just yawning and just clearing it all out. I ask you to hold the vibration of high frequency. I believe if you can start dreaming about things that you want, if you can start dreaming about how you want your life to be, and that's tough when you're constantly seeing your life as you don't want it to be. But go within is my encouragement. And if it's 5 minutes a day, if you can envision the life you want, this will start to become more and more real. It takes a lot. It does take a lot. I know that. It's hard to be positive, but we have to come back to this. The world we're living in at the moment is not going to change until we change it. Yes? Until our vibration change. And we've done a lot of work on changing our vibrations, right? High vibration, meditation, I don't know, going to workshops, earthing, grounding, whatever. But we have shifted into another frequency. And the shift has been going on. I know for me personally, it's like the end of July, things started to shift again. And it's kind of rocking my world in a way. It just feels like that. But I also know that I've shifted. I've moved. And I like that I've done that. Because for a long time, I felt stagnant where I was. Yeah? So, friends, take care of yourselves, and I will catch you next time. But so much love to you, and just keep flowing, just keep swimming. Yes, like Dory, keep swimming. It will be fine. And remember that this moment is not going to last forever, especially if you're a mother with a newborn. It's not going to last forever. It's it's part of the process. And normally before having a baby, you're like so excited, you want to see this being that you're bringing into the world. It's like that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And then it happens, and based on what happens with the labor and the actual birthing process and all of that, and how you respond to that whole experience, it can feel blah, and it can feel like, and every little thing might be escalated into something bigger. Tune in, tune in, and tune in and imagine that sacred or divine feminine aspect of your partner, of your husband coming through. And if you are a husband who is in tune with your divine feminine aspect, and you feel you don't get that from your partner, then tune in to create that manifestation and controlling the mind, but not as in a mind control as in a negative sense, but mind control from the highest vibrational frequency. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you. I'll catch you next time. Namaste.